Good morning. I'm Lorraine Brock, and today is cold, absolutely cold here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but it is still Tip Tuesday. That means I bring you tips on getting your home, business, and life organized. Well, good morning, guys. I am glad to see you all. We were hunkering down last night by the fire and enjoying the season of snuggle last night. It was wonderful. I was over in Fort Worth yesterday, and I was at a speaking event, and there were glass windows all in the room, and all of a sudden, everything was really still, and all of a sudden, just this gust of wind comes, and everything starts churning outside, and it was just literally happened that quick right before my eyes. So I hope you guys are staying warm and you got your gas tanks filled up long before this got here. All right, so today our topic is going to be on the differences in cloud storage options. Now, let me just say this right away. I am not an IT expert. I have other people in my company that are the experts. But I know enough to talk about it and to be able to give you guys some ideas on what you would be looking for if you're looking for some cloud option storage. Let me say that there's a lot on the market. There is a lot of new starts, and we're really going to focus on the main players that are in the cloud storage business, and then break down a little bit of the differences between their free versions versus their paid subscription or memberships. So I may not mention one that you currently use or that you've heard about. It's because there is so much competition out there. However, a lot of the companies that have been doing this for some time, they have, I guess, better perfected their offerings and their prices. And I'm just going to share it with you guys, and you make a decision on what's best for you. Now, some of you may already have cloud storage. You may already have the free version, and you've been using the free, but you're realizing it's asking you to purchase some, or you've set up multiple accounts under different emails to continue to get more and more of that free storage. Maybe you have got clouds, multiple clouds, and things everywhere, files, photos, videos stored on different clouds. Maybe another option is that maybe your spouse has already a cloud storage and you don't currently use it, or maybe they have a free account or pay, doesn't matter. And maybe other people in your family currently use a cloud storage and you're just not using it or accessing it or know much about it. So if that is the case in any of those scenarios, a conversation needs to be had with everyone in your household about what they're currently using. Because if someone's already currently got information on a particular cloud, it's not impossible to come off of that cloud and just start with another company. It's just going to be a little time consuming, but you need to look at the overall longevity of what this is going to cost you and the benefits you're going to get with each company. Don't just use because you're currently with a company. And most of the time, if you're not really solid with a company, like you're just using their free version, you probably don't have a lot on there anyway, and it'd be much more easier to move now and then start with another company that you want to stay with. I would not cloud hop. That gets your information very confusing, and it's on multiple platforms unless you delete it, and again, it can be really chaotic. So the main players on the stage that we're going to be talking about today is Amazon's cloud storage, Apple's, Dropbox, Google, Microsoft, and then Shutterfly. Now, everyone's probably heard of Shutterfly, and you think of it more of a photo storage place, but I want to sort of give you guys a little bit of an example of what Shutterfly does compared to the other big name boxes that I just mentioned to you. Now, recently, my office has put together and not only a little bit of myself, this little bit, but mostly my assistant and our IT organizer, one of them, really worked on, collecting this information, verifying it, and putting together today's topic. So thank you to Dana and Salome. We're going to use this for our clients as we go into their homes and help them get their IT organization all done in their home. Computers, old laptops, bring all that information. And the first thing we often ask them is what cloud you want to use. And so this information is going to be a resource for us to help them make that decision. So let's go on. How many tips do we have today? We have 4 tips today. 4 tips about cloud storage. So we're going to get going with tip number 1. Simple enough. First, decide on what you want to store on the cloud. Most of the time, this is going to be files that you have saved, like documents, could be photos, could be videos. You need to also decide in conjunction with that is it okay for you to store items at lower resolutions? Like for an example, some cloud technologies will compress the files, and therefore when they're compressed, the quality is less. And when you want to access those compressed files again, it's never the original quality that you took the picture with or took the video. It's at a lower resolution. So basically they do that to get more storage as when they on their servers. But you want to make sure that if it's not anything massively important and you're just using it maybe for document storage, then compressed files would be great. But if you're looking at videos or photos, I would tend to lean against that, because if my phone is taking a picture, then I don't want the computer, when I upload it to a cloud, I don't want it to be less quality than what my phone already is, and I'll never get that quality back. So again, the first tip is you want to decide what you want to store on the cloud. Files alone or files, photos, and videos. Do you want all those stored on the cloud? And are you okay with a lower resolution if the cloud company that you picked has a lower resolution when you upload? Not all of them do, but there's a few that possibly will. So that's tip number 1, a decision you gotta make. Now, just in case you don't know, most everybody knows this, but there may be a few of our fans out there that don't know this, but what is the cloud? So the cloud is basically think of a warehouse or a ship out in the ocean that all they have is just server after server after server, these big tall servers and towers that they just have warehouses full, massive amounts, and they store massive amounts of information. So example, if I was to save a picture on my computer or a video, I can only access that picture or video if I'm in front of my computer. And if my hard drive goes bad or, my computer ceases to work, there's a chance I could have lose that information because it's on my computer, nowhere else, unless it's, of course, backed up. The other thing on the cloud is that what's great is you can access it from anywhere that has internet service. So if I'm on a cruise ship that I have internet, if I'm out to dinner or I am on a road trip, as long as I have internet, I can access whatever I put on the cloud that's stored in these warehouses or servers or wherever in these large companies. That is my information that I can access from any computer in the world as long as I have internet. So I don't have to be in front of my computer, which is a key thing if you're really wanting to secure those documents and see them anywhere. And obviously, if something happens to your computer, you have that as a fallback is the cloud. All right, so I should have said that at first, but I wanted to make sure you guys understand what cloud technology is. So tip number 2, after you've decided on what you want to store on the cloud and if you're okay with lower resolutions, then you need to look at 3 things for tip number 2. You need to look at the cost, the amount of storage you're going to get, and what type of bonus features come with your cloud storage. Most cloud storage come with basic bonus things like you can tag pictures. Some of them you can upload videos, others you can't. It's just photos or documents. But you need to look at what the bonus features are. Don't just look at how much the cloud storage is going to cost you and how much storage space you get. There's a lot of other things that companies will throw in order for you to say, that's a better deal for me, including some additional technologies or software, could be including additional users on the account, or maybe it includes a membership to something else on the account. So you've got to look at the bigger picture of what you're getting. So you're going to look at cost for how much storage you're going to get and the bonus features that come with that subscription. And we're going to get into some examples of that after I get done with my 3 tips, or my 4 tips today. So tip number 3, look at what your family is already using. And we talked about this the very beginning of Tip Tuesday today, is there members of your family that are already using some cloud, even the free version? And again, have that conversation, because depending on how much information is already stored there, it might not be worth a headache to transfer years and years of information to another cloud storage, even to save a little bit. It just sometimes there's a point of that you don't want to move as long as it's providing you what you need. You might be paying a little bit extra, but you have to look at the effort given versus the price gained. Always do that. So if your husband, for example, has been using a cloud storage for 5 or 6 years, and he's been uploading all the family pictures and videos and business stuff there, and then now you're coming along wanting to say, I like to get on the cloud and I like to start storing my stuff, it may not be the best thing to switch off of what he's on. Again, you need to have that conversation of what other people are using in your home and see if it's worth the effort. If there's no real account, or you're using a free account, or you're not using cloud at all, that would be where you would really definitely want it to start over from scratch. Okay, tip number 4. Look at what happens to your files if you stop using the particular service that you're subscribing to or paying fees to store your documents, files, photos, videos on there. Know what you need to do. Now, nearly every one of them that we checked out, if not all, completely had a policy of, your information could potentially be shut down or locked down or removed from their servers after a period of time if you quit paying. Look at the free option too. The free option may, obviously, if you're not paying and you're storing some things on their server, see how long, read the fine print, see how long they're going to allow you to store for free. It might be unlimited because it's such a small amount of storage. But when you get into the paying period or the paying category of cloud, there normally are limits to, if you don't pay after 30 days, what can happen to your information. So not only think you need to act on, but you just need to be made aware of, so you don't ever risk losing that information and thinking, hey, they're just going to hold my information. I'll pay for it later. Let's say you had a job loss and you're really having to cut cost. How long, if you cancel that, how long will that information be on their server? Your photos, the birth of your child, graduations, anniversary, vacations. And you really need to know the answer to that so you can have plenty of time to remove those things. So that is my 4 tips. Now let me go over a little bit of this document that my team has put together and give you a little bit of idea. So example, Amazon. There is 2 main ones on Amazon that you need to know about. There is the Amazon for non-Prime members. You get 3 months subscription for free, and then it's $60, $59.99 a year. And this is up to unlimited, it says, but must download to another source within 180 days if you stop payment. So you can get for $60 a year, unlimited. This is for photo, videos, documents, music. It does have a mobile app. You can share, print, edit, tag, access audio files. So there's a lot of things that go on here, and it is unlimited. we didn't want to really recommend anything if it was a small amount of storage. However, because I know some people may already have the small amount of storage, like on cloud companies, we are going to talk about their free version because you may already have it and may not really know what you get. So I'm not promoting any free version. I'm actually promoting you getting on something that's more of a subscription. So it's a long-term solution, not a short-term. So again, 3-month subscription is free with Amazon for non-members, and then you get $60 a year after the first 3 months. Again, for non-Prime members. Amazon's free. If you have an Amazon Prime account, which a lot of people do, you get this free with your Amazon Prime membership of $119 a year. Unlimited downloads of but this is for photos only. So no videos unless you subscribe to the Amazon Drive. So again, there's a lot of little back and forth of what you've got to look for. I would want something that has photos and videos in it, not just photos. Okay, let's talk about the Apple Cloud for a second. Apple Cloud, there is a free version that will limit you to 5 gigabytes. It is photos only. If you do the paid subscription to Apple, which would be their iCloud, you can go to $2.99 a month will give you 200 gigabytes. Now, here's what I've seen a lot of people. They will do the $2.99 a month and do the 200 gigabytes, and then when they run out of cloud storage, they'll buy some more, and they'll do a little bit, and then they'll buy some more, and it ends up being a lot more costly that way versus just going with the either monthly or yearly subscriptions of some of these cloud servers. So you can do another month of iCloud for $9.99 a month, but that will give you 2 terabytes of storage. Now that, guys, is a lot of storage. So Apple iCloud for $9.99 a month will give you 2 terabytes of storage. If you stop paying, you have 30 days to offload your data. So that's not very long. That's actually on the low end of some of the companies that we're talking about today. You can store photos, videos, and documents on there. There's normally no bonus features with Apple. You can just do the basics of what most people do, which is the editing and tagging and sharing with family, which is pretty much default with all cloud storage companies. Then you have Dropbox. Dropbox, you have, for example, is $199 a year for 3 terabytes. Again, lots and lots of storage with that price. Photos, videos, and documents as well. It does have a mobile app, and there is no editing of that on the mobile app. You can do a yearly price for $20, $19.99 a month with Dropbox. And then they have some other offerings too that are a little lower on the monthly or yearly cost. If we go over to Google, Google starts out at $1.99 a month for 100 gigabytes. Not much at all. You're not going to get much storage on that. Then it goes over to $9.99 a month for 1 terabyte. Now, you have to look back, 1 terabyte for $9.99 a month with Google, where if you paid $19 a month, you would get 3 terabytes with Dropbox. And both, they all store photos, videos, documents. So you keep in mind there's a difference between these cloud companies. So I'm going to move on, and I'm gonna save Microsoft for last because that's the one that I normally lean to. I use, but let me give you a little bit about Shutterfly. We've all heard about that. Shutterfly is no fees to upload or store photos, but you must have an account. Pay only for prints or products you order. Every once in a while, I'll get a notice from Shutterfly saying, hey, you haven't ordered in a while. To keep your photos, you need to order. But there is really, they really give you notifications on that as well. So that is a free, it's unlimited, no max for file size. Recommended files that are to be kept recommended under 10 megabytes. So again, that is just for photos, no videos, no documents, and this is Shutterfly. So I want to talk about Microsoft now, and I really have, I think, have given all these a little bit of what I think they're great at and what they're not. Obviously, Shutterfly is free, and I actually have used that for many years until I decided to get on a more sophisticated, not necessarily complicated, but something that takes care of the whole solution, not just a piece of the pie. So Microsoft has a couple different options. One is their Office 365, and if you don't know what that is, basically Office 365 is software that stays the latest version on your computer all the time. You never have to go buy the product again and get the updated version. It's a yearly subscription, so your Word, Excel, all that is constantly the latest version out there. The great thing about Office 365 for the personal use, and that would be for an individual, it is $69.99, so $70 a year. Obviously, all these are plus tax. And you get 1 terabyte of information. This is photos, videos, documents, but you also get Office, Word, Excel, everything, Outlook, PowerPoint. So remember I talked to you earlier about the bonus features. This is why I lean towards Microsoft's cloud storage so much, which is called OneDrive. It has so many more bonus features than any of the other products. But if you don't need any of that, even if you used a Mac, you would have the version of Mac for Word, Excel, PowerPoint. All of that comes with your cloud storage for $70 a year. Now, I got something even better here. Microsoft has another version of Office 365 that is the home version. So there's a personal version and there is a home version of Office 365. And here's what you want to look at. The home version is $99 a year. So personal is $69.99 for the family. And you get 6 terabyte of cloud storage, and you can get up to 5 individual accounts. So in our home, my husband has an account, I have an account, we have 2 sons that live at home that have an account, and then we put our father-in-law on account. Even our father-in-law doesn't live here, doesn't matter. No one sees other people's information. It's just they all have 1 terabyte of cloud storage, including Outlook, PowerPoint, Word, Excel. All that is theirs to use like they bought it themselves. But we, as the person who purchased it, have to keep up with that every year. And if we don't, they'd be notified and they could, end up purchasing it themselves if they wanted. But again, that's photos, videos, documents, everything. Look at the bonus features. And that's why I go back to our tip on number 2. Look at cost, look at storage, and look at the bonus features that come with each of these cloud technologies. There is a free version to all of these. You just don't want to stay there. You really want to get something that's going to take you for years and years to come. And, be honest, you can't really get organized if you're jumping from one cloud to the next. You're always trying to move the documents and move the photos and videos versus scanning them. I mean, think about if you inherited photos from your parents. Oh my word, the effort into scanning those and getting them on the cloud, you don't want to move them to another cloud. You want to do something that's going to be permanent, long-term solution for the cloud. And obviously I've listed a whole lot here that could be possibly a potential candidate for you to inquire with. So again, we have Amazon, Apple, Dropbox, Google, Microsoft, and Shutterfly. And again, Shutterfly is not really an option for if you're looking to store video or documents, but it is an option if you want to store photos. Again, I'm looking at one best cloud for you that will do everything that wouldn't be Shutterfly, but there are others that I mentioned here. So just keep the long-term goal in mind. Again, effort given versus price gain. All right, so let's go on and finish our Tip Tuesday today. Our giveaway for this week is going to be, I thought this was so cute. I am not a perfectionist, but I love being organized. And you're not going to be able to see this, but you see these like at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or actually Hobby Lobby's, I think, where I got this. And these are you can put on the wall. And this one happens to say, perfect is not boring. Excuse me, let me rephrase it again. Perfect is so boring. And look at this. I was like, I said that wrong. I know it's backwards, but it looks so cute there. And I am not a perfectionist, actually. I don't mind going to bed with dishes in my sink or getting up and not making my bed. I got more important things to do, but my house is really neat and clean. I'm just not a perfectionist that I have to do it before I go to sleep. But anyway, this is what we're giving away today. It is about 31 inches long and about 10 inches high. So when you're making a comment down below to win this week, just know what it is. It's really lightweight. We'll ship it to you. But it's perfect is so boring. And it's just really a little cute little self-adhesive wall lettering is what it is. And in order to win that this week, we want to hear from everyone to see sort of, I guess, get a little survey of what cloud you're using and if you're using a paid subscription or you're using free. So just put, like if you're using Google, put Google free subscription or Google paid or no cloud at all. I want to see what you guys are using for cloud technology. And if you're just, tuning in here, you'll definitely want to go back and listen to the different types of cloud storage from the different companies that we mentioned. All right, so again, to win this, put down below what cloud you use and if you're using a paid or free subscription or none at all. All right, so our Tip Tuesday tool of the week. I went a little weird today. A little off, all I can say, because it's really not an organizing tool. But because we provide Christmas decorating services, it's still a Tip Tuesday's tool of the week for today. So let's look and see what's in here. Okay, I love these, and it's one of the things that we put in sometimes, depending on what the client wants, in their tree at Christmas. So these are pine cone scented little wax sticks, and you can get them like at Walmart or Lowe's. But if you look inside here, they have more than this in there. And these are just little plastic, oh, and they smell great. They come with little hooks. And what you do is when you're putting up your tree, you can hang all of them or just half of them inside your tree. So you don't hang them on the outside because you don't want anyone to see them, but you hang them inside your tree. And if you don't have a fresh tree like I don't, then you will be able to smell the scent. Now this scent is called spiced pine cones. So it's not an evergreen scent, but they have, I think, 2 or 3 different scents that you can get. And so the good thing about it is you can put 3 of these out when you put up the tree, and then they're a little strong, but I'm right here with them. But the other 3 in there a few weeks later, and it keeps that fresh scent throughout the entire month of December. So again, these Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, comes with the hooks. Really think these are awesome. So these are called scent sickles. Say that word 3 times. Ooh, smells like Christmas in here, girl. Okay. All right. Let's talk about, next Tip Tuesday. If you guys are repurposers, like you like to save money, you like to be frugal, you like to be a little resourceful, next week it's going to be repurposing items for getting organized. I'm going to show you some repurposed items that we may use in clients' homes or that I use in my home. So, and it is not a coffee can to keep your nails in. Now, would that qualify? Of course it would. I'll use some other kind of can to keep my nails in is what I'm saying. But just know it's going to be some things that hopefully I think you'll learn common things around your house that you can use to get organized. I think it's great. All right, so I want to highlight something that we're doing right now. It just started a couple days ago. We are actually having a contest. I think it's called our Biggest Fan Contest, and it is only for our past and current clients, not anybody else. We want to be a blessing to our past and current clients because they have actually done business with us. So that's only open to them. So what we're giving away, if you live in the Dallas area, then we are giving away 2 tickets to Prestonwood Baptist Church. They have a massive Christmas live nativity. It's not even a play. I don't even, it's a musical play. It is absolutely extraordinary. We went about 5 years ago and I was blown away. These tickets go so fast. So we're giving away 2 tickets. You're in section number 2, right up at the very front, first row of section number 2. So you are right almost on the stage. Section 1 would be like the front row. You're not there, but they are awesome tickets. So that is if you're living in the Dallas area. If a fan from the Oklahoma wins, we are providing a $100 gift certificate to a fine restaurant of, well, we've already picked it out. But you will be able to get that and take a great romantic Christmas dinner with the family, with your special one, and be able to celebrate Christmas over a wonderful meal. So there's 2 different giveaways, one for Oklahoma, one for Texas, and we're looking for our past or present clients. The tickets information is going to be on our Facebook page. So scroll down a little bit after the Tip Tuesday today, and you'll see, I think maybe one down, you'll see the date for the Christmas play for the Dallas side of it. And please enter. You have in a couple weeks to enter, and you can read all the details on that. All right. I guess that is it. So remember, leave a comment down below letting us know what you use for your cloud storage. And if you're using the paid or free version, or if you're not using cloud storage at all and you're a little behind the game, the 8 ball. Yep, you might be, but we can fix that for you, or at least with the Tip Tuesday day, you'll be able to have a starting place to make some decisions about your cloud storage. So please leave a comment and you'll be able to win this adhesive lettering wall art. It's about 3 foot wide, 10 inches tall, and it says perfect is not so boring. So anyway, well, guys, I hope you stay warm today. I love bringing you guys Tip Tuesday. We're going to be doing a couple more Tip Tuesdays to finish out November, and then in December, we're going to take a break. We're going to revamp Tip Tuesday just a little bit for the new year, and not too much, just a few little changes. But we think that you'll love them, and really glad that you guys tune in and watch. I know I've talked to many fans that say, I watch your Tip Tuesday, and I do it when I work out. And I think that is so cool. So, all right, guys, y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you next week on Tip Tuesday. Bye, guys.